It is coming up to 22-1. So, beards. Where are we at with beards? Now, of course, if you are for a religious reason wanting to have a beard, then we can, of course, understand that. But if the beard, on the other hand, is something that you have just for kind of, show, are you aware that there's a lot of very, very unpleasant bacteria in a beard? Now, celebrities are growing them, of course. Women started to fall in love with men with beards because, of course, Lord of the Rings, followed by Game of Thrones. Suddenly beards became the thing. And then, of course, the hipster vibe all going on. Tight jeans, possibly stripy top, some kind of English designer wear, and a big beard, short hair, side parting. Happy days. East London, done. Sorted. Probably knitting as a hobby. Ironic hobby. There was a study that was done, the findings of which were on last night's edition of Trust Me, I'm a Doctor. In this study, they swabbed the faces of 408 hospital staff with and without facial hair, and possibly surprisingly found that clean-shaven staff and not the beardies were more likely to be carrying unpleasant bacteria on their faces. The beardless group were more than 3 times as likely to be harbouring a species known as MRSA on their freshly shaven cheeks. But I saw some studies beginning of the week that was saying that some beards could be more full of bacteria than your toilet bowl. That is disgusting. Wow. So, beard gang, no beards. Let's speak to Anisha Bhavnani, the Indian blogger. Anisha, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Beards or no beards, Anisha?
That's an interesting question. In my opinion, honestly, I think I like short beards. Short, well-trimmed beards, probably. Like just a bit of facial fuzz. But yeah, certainly if I was to have a preference, then I guess that would be it.
Do you see a beard as intrinsically unhygienic when you look at a guy with a beard?
Honestly, I actually think it depends on how it's trimmed. Like, if it's an untrimmed, really messy beard, then probably. But if it's well trimmed, no matter how large or long it is, I don't think I'd find it unhygienic.
Because people argue that beards are unhygienic. A study found that bacteria in beards, which can be found in faeces, not cool by any stretch of the imagination. Don't really want to do that, do you? Really want to be involved in an embrace with someone who's carrying around faeces on his face? I mean, this is not an ideal first date by anyone's stretch of the imagination, is it, Anisha?
No, I guess not.
No. Let's talk and get a male perspective on this from Goss Gussal. Goss, hello, mate.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Good. Beards, yay or nay?
Love them. Love a good beard.
So how do you keep a good beard clean?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I'm quite upset that there's people out there that are saying that. Well, maybe there's people out there that have got that problem where the beards are carrying certain bacteria. But if you're showering every day and you're washing your face every day, surely there shouldn't be an issue with bacteria being in your beard, should there?
But, I mean, you go to the bathroom, you don't wash your hands properly, you scratch your beard. I mean, shake hands with someone who's done the same and then, run your hand through your beard. People like stroking their beards, don't they?
I love that. That's one of my great pleasures in life at the moment, stroking my beard.
Do you always wash your hands before? Do you wash your hands before that?
Of course, being in the catering game, you've got to make sure you've got clean hands. But obviously, it's one of those things, I suppose it's the individual. If they are going to the toilet and not washing their hands and obviously then stroking their face and touching their beard, then I suppose stuff does start going. But I think most people know that, if you're going to be, hygienic, you must wash your hands after you go to the toilet. You're going to stroke your beard and, you're going to grow a beard. I mean, I'm not a fan of massive beards, like the really outrageous stuff that's going on at the moment. I like quite a trimmed beard, something that's well kept. And, you can obviously, I think girls out there would probably prefer that rather than to a massive beard that's a little bit out of control. Your Father Christmas type beards, I think that's a little bit too much. But I think maybe stroking that might be a lot of fun. Who knows?
is a sentence I never thought I'd hear on the BBC Asian network. Anisha, have beards become incredibly fashionable, do you think, amongst Indian men, or is the clean-shaven look and the moustache still the big look?
I think the moustache has lost its touch, probably, except for Ranveer Singh. I think he pulls it off really well. But apart from him, I think the trend has started of men starting to have like the little bit of facial fuzz, but like a long beard or like an actual grown beard, I don't see around much. But then, like, you know how you were talking about hygiene with beards? Girls have long hair, and then girls run their hands through their hair. So I don't see how different it is. Like, I don't know why there's bacteria in a man's beard but not in a girl's hair. So something interesting.
Good grief, you've just put a whole new angle of disgustingness into this conversation. Now, good grief. Right, yeah, I don't think I'll ever touch my wife's hair again now, knowing that a similar thing could be happening to the beard issue.
Oh my God, I think I ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, you have. But I guess the difference being is that beards, I mean, a repository for random food crumbs, for instance. Mm-hmm. You know, that these kind of things can happen, Goss. And you're working in a kitchen. Do you feel that men who have beards should have that kind of hairnet?
Surely that's a snack for later on then, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean? No, come on, man. I'm joking. I'm playing here.
This is
I think, you know, sometimes when you do go, especially if you're having a pint of Guinness, and as you probably know, when you used to have a little bit of a beard going on, Nihal, when you drink something like that, there's always going to be something that's going to obviously either go along the top lip, whether it's like a pint of Guinness, or if you're eating something that's a little bit messy, something might fall in there. But, you know, a normal person will wipe that away straight away, or get a napkin or whatever and completely clear it away. I don't know if there's too many blokes out there who actually keep that sort of stuff in their beard for a month or so, unless they're really disgusting. But, you know, I think we're getting a bit of a bad rep here with boys with beards.
But is it?
I agree, actually. Yeah. I agree. As long as, like, you're washing yourself and you're staying clean, I don't see why that should be a problem. But, like, as for hairnets, like, with men who work in the kitchen, then I think hairnets for beard is not the worst idea. I think that could actually work and probably help to keep things a bit more clean.
Anisha, do you think, though, the whole hipster beard thing has meant that with anything that is fashionable, it will inevitably go out of fashion? So do you think a beard is just a kind of fashionable thing, or you could potentially have a beard for life? And we're talking, of course, about non-religious beards.
Mm-hmm. I think things definitely go in and out of fashion. But with something like a beard, if you're too lazy to shave, it's going to grow anyway, whether it's out of fashion or in fashion. So I think this is something that is probably going to stay for a long time, and people are going to have different views about it. And there are some people who are always going to have beards and some people who are always not going to, simply because nothing you can do about it. Like, if you don't shave, it's going to grow. So I think that's what I feel.
A beard for life, Goss, or a fashion?
Yeah, well, you know, I would actually feel really naked. As you know, I used to have the goatee. Then I went to the whole Craig David thing, and now I'm on the beard. So I don't think I'm going to get rid of it for a while. And I don't think I could ever go clean shaven. I just feel really weird and naked. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be very strange. And I think all these people that are probably knocking the beards at the moment are the guys that can't grow beards. You know, the ones that grow the little bit of fluff around their chin and they think it's a beard. I think these are the guys that are just having a go at us. The men that can really grow beards. That's what I think is really happening here.
You're not a fan of that at all. That's not a real man. What is that? There's that Hindi phrase, isn't there, Anisha, about what a man is who has a moustache. That much nahin. Well, I can't remember the phrase.
Well, I can't remember it either. But yeah, I actually.
Are you more of a man, Anisha? Do you see a man as being more virile, more masculine if he has a beard?
Not at all. I don't agree with the idea that if a man has a beard, then he's more masculine. I feel like masculinity has nothing to do with even an outer appearance. As long as I think it depends a lot more on perception and how you treat other people and how you are compared to like how long your beard is, honestly.
Okay. Well, look, we'll take a little bit of a break, play some more music. Beards, that's what we're talking about. Do you like a man with a beard, or are you for men actually who are clean shaven? I don't know if you saw Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, but they found out that actually beardless men were more likely to be harbouring a species known as MRSA on their freshly shaven cheeks. Gross. I'll come back with some of the bacteria that lives within beards. Trust me, if you're having lunch now, you might want to turn the volume down. Beards or no beards? Tell me. It's 53 minutes past 12. You're listening to Nihal on the BBC Asian Network, and we are talking beards. And whether you think that it is a good thing to have a beard or not. Have you grown a hipster beard as opposed to having a beard that is, well, you know, religiously related? Now, if it's religiously related, then of course that is one thing. But if it is a beard that is more related to just fashion and being a hipster, then I would like to hear from you and tell me what you think. Izzy is in Glasgow. Izzy, good afternoon.
Hi.
Izzy, hipster beard, religious beard, beards, clean shaven. Where do you stand on this, Izzy?
Beards, but trimmed beards, not the really long ones because they just look really messy.
And can I ask you, Izzy, do you think that beards will ever become unfashionable? Because if they are hipster beards, then by definition, at some point, there will be unhipster beards.
probably it's like with any sort of fashion trend, it'll fade and then it'll come back again. I think like trim beards have always been in fashion, but I don't know. I think it is like any fashion trend; it will come and go.
Do you think a man looks more of a man with a beard?
No.
No?
No.
You don't think he's like more macho?
I don't think he looks more macho. I think it makes him look a bit more grown up. Sometimes I might have said something very controversial there, but I think it can make them look a bit more grown up. Just because with people that I know that have not had beards and then have grown beards, and they just look totally different.
Well, that's the thing. Once you have a beard and then you shave it off, it takes like 10 years off you, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. My fiance was really, really young when you look back at his old pictures, even from a year and a half ago when he didn't have a beard, and you just think, you look so young compared to how he looks now.
OK. Izzy in Glasgow, thank you very, very much indeed. And thank you to Anisha and thank you to Goss Gorsel as well. I can't grow a beard. I'll be like a brown Gandalf.